there, so I'm going to do a little walkthrough of custom objects. First thing you're going to want to do is create the custom object. So in settings and objects, we're going to create it here. And let's use an example of appointment history, making sure that we follow up if we have previous appointments. We want to make sure that we follow up with people in time, and they might have multiple appointments. So I'm going to call this appointment history. Just that's the name of the object itself, and the primary field, let's say we will have as the appointment date and time. Okay, and that's going to be single line text. Okay, good. So now we've got our appointment object and we want to add fields to it. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to head over to custom fields, and we're going to add in the fields that we want on there. So we might have the last appointment date. So here we are is last appointment date, and I'm going to add that to the appointment history object in the appointment history info group, and I can put in here. So if I wanted this to be, let's say, some kind of entry info like that, then I could do that as the preview text. So I'm going to add a field for, let's say, treatment. What was the treatment that they came in for? Making sure that I put it into the right object. There we go. So let's say it's going to be for a dentist, for whitening, straightening, cleaning, whatever the important fields are. And on you go. You could have any fields that you want on here. I'm just going to use those for the purposes of this demonstration. So now you'll see that when you go here on the main menu bar, you'll see that appointments has come up here. Now the thing is that you might have a whole history of appointments, and it's like, well, how am I going to populate them? Well, you can populate them one by adding in. There we are, and we can put in the date and time. So the new one is going to be, let's say, there we are, and I'm going to save that. And then it's what was the last appointment date. So let's say the last appointment date was the 1st of January, and that was for treatment straightening. Now that's all very well when we are doing it one by one. So if you're wanting now to populate this with previous data, you're going to need to start with a Google Sheet. You're going to want to populate the Google Sheet with the fields that you have in your custom object. Then you're going to want to go back into your account and go to automation. Now what you will find now is that when you go to create a workflow, this new objects one will appear. And you will take the trigger, which is an inbound webhook, and you're going to take this webhook and you're going to take it over to a service like Zapier or Make. The first thing you're going to do is apply the trigger, which is going to be a new row in the spreadsheet that you have created here for the appointment history. So the trigger is going to be a new or updated spreadsheet row. And the spreadsheet, as we can see here, is going to be appointment history and sheet 1 and any column. Now, a word of warning is that what we often do is have a separate tab called draft, which is identical to prepare the data, so that it's all identical to this. And oops, down there. And then you can get it already here and paste it in, because once you paste it in here, it's going to trigger this Zap. I'm going to add in a webhook, and this is going to be a post, and this is where you're going to take this webhook from here and you're going to add it into the URL here, and then you're going to go, well, this is appointment, all the different values that it's going to get from the sheet. Let's put some data in there. So I've just put some data in here, so we've got something to pull through. So on the first step, we're going to want to test the trigger, so it's going to go and look for data. There it is, it's come in. We've got the date, the previous appointment and the treatment, so we're going to continue with that record. We're now going to configure this so that we've got the appointment, which is going to be this one here. Then we're going to go over previous appointment. We're mapping the data over so that it knows what it's looking for, and then we're going to go treatment. There it is. And now I'm going to continue with that, and I'm going to test the step. So back over here, I'm now going to go and fetch sample requests, and then we can see this is all the data that's coming in. We need to create the appointment or associated record with that and tell that what it looks like. So the appointment date is going to come in from the webhook, which is the appointment. Then we're going to say that the last appointment date from the webhook is previous appointment. Then we've got the treatment, which is from the webhook, which is treatment. There we go. So now I'm going to save that. I'm going to publish that. And if I make sure that I publish the Zap, and then I'm going to do a test on the sheet. So let's say let's prepare it in the draft. And you're probably going to want to put in like contact details so that you can create the association as well. So this is on the draft page, so let's make this there, previous appointment here, and it was for cleaning. Then now that that data is ready, I can now bring it in over here. And what that's going to do is it's automatically going to trigger this Zap. So once that Zap runs, that's going to come over here, and it's going to trigger this workflow. There we are. We can see that that's come in. We can have a look at the enrollment history here. So that's all mapped in. And then if we go back to the appointments, we'll see that there it is. It's come in here. That's the one that we just added there. Cleaning, created. And then you can associate it and create additional workflows from there. So that's all about importing object data.